All right, let's just settle into our, hello, Mary Jo. Let's settle into our meditation posture. And if you've had a very busy day, let's just try and center ourselves as we prepare to do this meditation this evening. So if you are sitting on a chair, feet flat on the floor, or if you're sitting in the regular cross-legged position, we do when we're in meditation, just make sure you're comfortable. And you might actually need, if you've got knee problems or hip problems, you can put cushions under either knee, or if you do yoga and you have yoga blocks, you can also prop your knees up that way. And then also you can just raise your coccyx slightly with a little cushion. So let's imagine that also the hands in the meditation mudra, the right hand nestled in the left with the thumbs touching. Just creates a nice circle of energy actually from the arms around the heart and the body. Lama Rinpoche has mentioned, and I need to look into this further, but I heard him mention once this position with the hands touching and the hands nestled in each other like this. It's somehow it can activate the bodhicitta channel, and I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I have heard Rinpoche mention it, and I will look into it further because I quite like the idea of that. So just visualize you have your spine is made of a string of pearls of light stretching from your coccyx all the way up through the crown of your head. And just lengthen. Just imagine your body is lengthening. Don't force it, just very gently lengthen. Check the shoulders are over the hips, so you're nicely lined up. Head is slightly tipped forward, the eyes are down. If they were open, they would be looking at a spot about 2 inches in front of you on the ground. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, relax the jaw. Let's just bring our attention to the crown of our head and relax the scalp, the forehead and the eyes, the nose and the cheeks, and the temples and the ears. Now try and go inside your ears and just what happens if you could relax inside there? Your jaw and your mouth. That area around your mouth under the nose. And go to the back of the scalp, relax the scalp at the back of the head there. And the neck and the shoulders. And if there's any tight spots in your back, any injury, any pain, just imagine going to that place and just relaxing. Now let's go to the throat, relax the throat, the chest, the belly, arms, hands, fingers, legs, feet, and toes. Let's bring the mind to the breath, just very gently breathing in. You notice a sensation of air, cool air flowing in and slightly warmer air as you're breathing out. And bring the mind to the breath as we do a motivation for this evening's Vajrasattva meditation. So we just think we're trying to pull out all these negative seeds that we've planted today, unknowingly, knowingly, last week, last year, whatever, further back in time. We want to remove these so we can no longer have all these obstacles and problems in our life so that we can get on with our practice, move towards enlightenment so we can be a benefit to others. So just before we start the practice, just if there is any sound in your external environment, try not to have the mind go off towards that sound and investigate. And you're going to see thoughts, ideas, images will arise in the mind. So just allow them to be there. Try not to follow the story or have an opinion about what's going on in your mind. So just, if you have a problem with that, you can just bring your mind back to the breath. Just breathing in and breathing out. So just to remind ourselves, there is no negativity that cannot be purified. So what we're engaging in this evening is basically a psychological practice. So the negativity that we create with our mind. So we can counter that with positivity. And we're doing this practice in the context of the 4 opponent powers. So the first of this is the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you've ever done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, in our past lives. So let's just think of any specific action of our body or speech from today or yesterday or this week. Bring that sentient being to mind. And again, to remind ourselves, the reason we regret is based on the logic of karma. And given that we experience everything, good and bad, to our past karma, our past actions, just to remind ourselves that having harmed others, we will necessarily experience suffering in the future. So the idea of this is maybe a bit difficult. So the idea of this, what we're doing this evening, is to pull out these negative seeds before they ripen into suffering. So we just have a sense of regret from the depths of my heart, having harmed others with my body and my speech, broken my vows. So if you have Pradimoksha, Bodhisattva, Tantric vows, and me, I have my nun's vows. With any of those we have degenerated, forgotten, not paid attention to, just regret from the depths of our heart, because we do not want any more suffering. So regret any anger we have, any resentment or attachment. And these are the cause of why we harm others. So what can I do about this? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the second of the 4 opponent powers. This is the power of reliance. So the first of this is refuge. So we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods we can use to purify. So it's not that we need the Buddha to forgive us. We purify ourselves by relying upon his methods. So you can visualize Guru Vajrasattva upon the crown of your head and just imagine this is the mind of your Guru manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of this beautiful, blissful, radiant white light, sitting in a cross-legged position on the lotus. Is this beautiful face, kind of youthful, radiant, beautiful. He has these lotus-like eyes. They're very peaceful and full of love and compassion, not only for us, but for all sentient beings. Even though he's on the crown of our head and looking out, you can imagine he still has us in his heart. He can see us. He has no judgment of us. He knows exactly what we've done, who we are. So you can feel safe, can trust. He only has your best interests at heart. He's a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion, and their being crossed represents the union of these two, symbolizing enlightenment, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So the second part of this section is compassion. So remembering, in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. And think particularly, perhaps there's someone you've harmed recently, in the past, and then in general, all beings we have ever harmed since beginningless time. And then try and remember those people who have harmed you. And we have compassion for them because they will suffer as a result of the harm that they've done to you. So make strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for their sake and for the sake of all these sentient beings. Just think I must purify for them. So next we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine, the doing of the practice, the recitation of the mantra. So the first one is the purification of the body. So just imagine Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sending powerful white nectar, and it's sort of quite forcefully pouring from his heart. It arcs around and enters your crown, pouring into your entire body and filling you completely. So just imagine it keeps pouring in and forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body. It comes out of this kind of inky liquid, kind of mucky liquid, and it disappears into space, not one atom left. So just imagine this as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Motsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa, Sutokaya Mebawa, Supokaya Mebawa, Anarakta Mebawa, Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dira Mebawa, Sutokaya Mebawa, Supokaya Mebawa, Anarakta Mebawa, Sawa Siddhi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dira Mebawa, Sutokaya Mebawa, Supokaya Mebawa, Anarakta Mebawa, Sawa Siddhi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dira Mebawa, Sutokaya Mebawa, Supokaya Mebawa, Anarakta Mebawa, Sawa Siddhi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dira Mebawa, Sutokaya Mebawa, Supokaya Mebawa, Anarakta Mebawa, Sawa Siddhi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dira Mebawa, Sutokaya Mebawa, Supokaya Mebawa, Anarakta Mebawa, Sawa Siddhi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is completely purified. And just think that there's no way you could do anything but be of benefit to others with your body. So the next is the purification of the speech. So again, Guru Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra. It arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. And so just imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and the lying and talking about other people behind their backs, getting other people to agree with you. All this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you. So recite the mantra as we visualize this. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sava Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, just feel so happy. Just rejoice your speech is now completely purified. And just imagine it's not possible that you could do anything but be of benefit to others with your speech. So every time they hear your voice, it's of benefit to them. It brings them peace and happiness to hear you. So the purification of the mind. So just imagine now Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sending this time powerful beams of light from his heart chakra. And these arc around and enter your crown chakra and fill you entirely. So just imagine as when you walk into a dark room and you switch on a light, that light instantly dispels the darkness. So in this way, the minute the light from Guru Vajrasattva hits your heart, the darkness of the negativity of your mind is instantly dispelled. So all the attachment and neediness and anger and jealousy and depression and resentment and bitterness, all instantly dispelled with this light as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dino Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta me bawa sawa siddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dira me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. So think now there is no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is a purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. So this time you can visualize Guru Vajrasattva sending light and nectar together, or if you are feeling brave enough, you can imagine the previous 3 visualizations of the body, the speech, and the mind, either simultaneously or one after the other consecutively. But it might be easier just to do the light and the nectar together. And so visualize as it enters us, it sort of comes around again from Guru Vajrasattva's heart into our crown, into our heart, into our body, and fills us completely and eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negativity from your mind. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa anarakta me bawa sawasiddhi mempe yata sawa kama sutta me siddham shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajra bawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida me bawa sutokaya me bawa supokaya me bawa Anarakta Meboa Sava Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sava Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sava Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Tira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Savasiddhi Mimpi Yata Sava Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sava Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Savasiddhi Mimpi Yata Sava Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sava Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Now just feel completely purified, not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So the fourth of the four opponent powers is a power of resolve. So it's a really crucial step, because without this determination to not harm with our body, speech, and mind again, we're going to continue to keep doing the same old things, following the same old patterns, falling into the same old habits. So this aspiration to not harm again is like a beacon that guides our body and speech and our mind in positive directions. So we're not following that same old neural pathway of negativity. So just think for a moment there, if there's something that you would like to work on tonight before you go to sleep, make a promise to yourself, almost like a vow to refrain from something as best we can, whether it's talking about people behind their back or accidentally killing things or picking up a pencil and taking it away. LAMA Rinpoche says that the definition of stealing is taking the ungiven. So we just make a determination to try not to harm. This gives us the strength to change. So to conclude, just imagine that Guru Vajrasattva is really delighted with you and wanting to merge with your mind. He melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And just think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. This is, LAMA YESHE used to call this union oneness. So LAMA Rinpoche next recommends to meditate on the emptiness of three circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So just at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a moment. So you can think of all phenomena as empty, not existing from their own side. Or you can think of things as dependent arisings. They're coming into existence in dependence upon various different factors. And you can also think of our own body. We view the world, we experience the world according to the way our mind and our physical body is structured. We are just breaking down our concrete view of things. Helps to loosen us, our mind a little bit. So finally, we'll just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created this evening by doing this purification to all living beings, thinking, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So Mary, let's go to the long life prayers. So for His Holiness Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. LAMA Rinpoche, you who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjanath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honoring the three jewels, savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers and far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. And for Geshe Sherem, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequal guide. Please have a long and stable life. And hello, Kate, who arrived. Thank you very much, everyone. So now we can all go to bed with a happy mind, knowing that we're purified, at least just today's negativities. So rest in peace, and I'll see you again very soon. Tuesday.